Hi, and a good afternoon from Germany. My last video that I uploaded via YouTube contained a couple of eerie EVPs that my tablet had captured. Ever since I tried to um, reconstruct this situation, but it didn't happen. I didn't capture any EVPs after that moment, that night. One of the EVPs said, "Kill me." And so that made me think back to an article I once wrote that is bearing the title, EVPs, Are We Really Communicating with the Afterlife? I believe it was that title. But here's the link, yeah. Or click the link in the comments below and read the article on medium.com. It's all about elastic crystals, polymers, creepy dolls moving and talking and etc. Explained in a more scientific manner. So, thinking back to that article, I was something came to mind that these wooden beams, this is a framework that was built in the early 1800s, and every object, including these beams, are containing crystals, and these crystals can get elastic, meaning that they vibrate a little bit. And by means of this vibration, plants are also doing this. They can record whatever is being said. Every noise that is surrounding these crystals can be captured, recorded, and stored. Like your phone or a memo recorder is doing so, or your film camera is doing so. So we are very used to pressing a button or your touchscreen and replay this. This can also be done in a natural manner. These elastic crystals are laying, so to say, dormant. When, for instance, an ambience of light, for instance, a normal flashlight that is being used by a paranormal investigator or dimensional researcher, a normal flashlight that can create, when it's being pointed at, that can create these crystals to vibrate in a different manner. Also, a light like UV light, for instance, see that? When it's pretty dark, or extremely dark, pitch black, and you point this UV light on a wooden beam or any other object, these crystals are starting to vibrate again, but in a different manner as they do with white light, for instance. So each time that a paranormal investigator is stepping into a dark place and creates this ambience of light, these crystals are being triggered. This also includes polymers, which are more triggered by sound than light. So that is a more synthetically manner to create an active elastic crystal, and can create, in some cases, a very creepy EVP. But what it is really doing are these crystals just replaying whatever they have been captured previously, perhaps 2 hours ago. So that is a more synthetically manner. Now we have also the natural way. Let's say that we have a little box of plastic marbles. Most of you know what an atom is and how an atom looks like. We have the protons and we have the neutrons as the nucleus, and around that there hang on, around there there's a gassy cloud with electrons. So we leave the core of the atom at rest, and we are taking these electrons out. We separate them from the original atom. These electrons are, in my opinion, the key to creating EVPs in a more natural manner. As soon as a paranormal investigator, regardless if he or she is alone or with a group, this person is starting to feel a particular form of arousal. Logic, because you are stepping into a pitch black surrounding and you have no clue what is hiding in the corners. Perhaps a huge spider, or an angry dog, or a hissing cat, or for instance. So, and that is a frightening moment when it's stepping outside of the corner. So, to be prepared, which is normal, which is human, to be prepared for these kind of scares, for any danger, we prepare ourselves not to get attacked or killed in the worst case. So we are starting to build up this energy already inside of us, what's creating these electrons to start to vibrate a little bit more, which creates this feeling that electricity is crawling up from your feet to your knees, up to your middle. That is to respond to the flee or fight reaction. Most people freeze because there's too much energy inside of you, and you try to make sense of the situation, which creates a freezing moment. And then everybody is starting to scream, oh my God, did you saw that? Or did you hear that? Oh, there's something in the corner. Okay, and that is building up even more energy. That is amplifying the energy that was already there for us to be prepared for any attack. These electrons starting to vibrate differently. In both cases, we have an aura. I'm skipping a little bit. We have an aura, and this aura is containing from light, from photons. Our aura is containing from different kind of colors, different kind of wavelengths. Each color is representing a wavelength. So these photons have different kinds of wavelengths in your aura. Now this electron, or these billions and billions of electrons inside of you, are starting to charge your photons, your aura. This light, which is by nature a communication device, to say so, is now being charged, highly charged. This light is being charged, and all these natural wavelengths that you have from the day that you were born are starting now to vibrate even differently. Meaning the colors of your aura is also starting to wave and change. Your aura, your photons, your wavelengths, your amplified aura is now fanning out. It's now waving into the air and bouncing on every object that there is. For you to understand, like a radar device, your body is starting to act as a radar device to feel or sense if there is any predator in the near. Because, sorry to say so, shocking, but we are still Neanderthals. We are barely or have barely crawled out of the cradle of evolution. So we are still having the skill to communicate through light, through your aura, with our surroundings, like a radar device. We do not want to being eaten by a dinosaur or being attacked by an angry cat or something. So your light, your personal light, your personal aura is now starting to communicate with every object in the room. Even though you do not see it with your eyes, your body is sensing this like a radar device. This light, even though you cannot see it, even though it's on a very strange wavelength, is triggering the crystals in every object that is surrounding you, that is in that room, that is present in that room. Which might be the case that an EVP, that an electric crystal is releasing what has been recorded, what has recorded that moment, just recently before that, is creating an EVP for, well, your device, your film camera or your tablet or your phone is recording, because this electrical waves in the air is communicating with all the crystals in your device, in your recording device, and the gold and the copper and etc. So now a natural crystal is communicating with the natural crystals in your device. These photons have another thing, another outcome, another skill. By means of hitting it very, very hard with a, well, let's say a huge speed, these photons can be converted into microwaves. And these microwaves are, well, being pushed back to your body, and this is what you can feel. This could also be a phenomena that you can hear, that your ears, like a microphone, is picking up and is amplifying inside your mind, inside your head. So you can hear the EVP, the creepy EVP from the afterlife, as well as that you can feel that there is something in front of you, like a wooden beam, for instance, or like an object as a globe. So by means of stepping into a dark environment, you already have prepared your electrons to start to vibrate differently, and stepping into that room or space, it's getting even more charged, which is charging your photons. What you are doing by nature is communicating with your surrounding simply through light. How astonishing is that? So I try to capture this moment again, of which I do not think is going to happen very soon because of the butterfly effect. Just a little change from, let's say, 5 miles remote from my home, that a fox is wiggling with his tail, can create a complete different situation in my attic. So I do try to capture EVPs, but I'm not quite sure that I can reconstruct everything and thus capture an EVP again soon. Also, one more thing, by means of these crystals to releasing whatever they have recorded, we assume that an EVP is a complete sentence. I think it's just a tiny part of a sentence, a tiny part of a complete recording, because the vibrations from the sound vibrations from these crystals released are merging with the magnetic field and the electricity and the radio waves into our atmosphere are merging with that. So it could be that particular words or particular parts of the sentence are getting lost while traveling through the atmosphere. So we tend to think that it's the complete message, but I'm not quite sure if that is a fact. Again, I'm trying to capture another EVP or EVPs, but I don't think that I'm going to do so soon. So please bear with me. As soon as I have found something that is astonishing, remarkable, or that is mind-dazzling, I will let you know and upload it and share it with you what my findings are. I wish you all a very, very nice day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you might be in the world, and I hope to speak with you soon.